This video is about adding a hydraulic top link to my new Kioti tractor there. And I decided I wanted the top link feature to be able to tilt the quick hitch. So I went online and looked around, and I had some Vevor points left that had to be used up by April 1st. So I found this one on Vevor. Actually, it's a category 1. This is the shorter one that they sell. And with discounts and points, it was like the cheapest one that you could possibly get. I'll put a link to it. And it looks like it's going to fit my tractor perfectly. It's a little bit shorter than the stock link that comes with it, but it's still going to be good. So it does come with the quick connect fittings that fit my tractor. So you have to put them on, and I already tightened these up. I just wanted to show you, when you crank this stuff down, make sure you get some big wrenches and tighten it good, because you want to crush those copper washers that go in it. And then the only assembly really is remove these plugs. They just keep dirt out of the cylinder, and apparently there's oil in the cylinder too they keep in. So you want to make sure that there's nothing around there that'll fall in the cylinder when you're taking these out. So you can see that looks nice and clean there. And this one has a lock block on it, and it's actually welded to the side of the cylinder, so it should be, should last, shouldn't fall apart. Comes with the banjo bolts, I guess they call them, that you need to put this together. And you need the bolt, and then one of these copper crush washers, and then that goes through the fitting. And this gives you a 360-degree rotation. You can turn the fitting, another copper washer, and then you just have to bolt that down into there. It's really, it's really pretty simple putting it together. And the big thing is make sure you get the washers in there when you're doing this. I'm just going to finger tighten it for now, because I have to go back and aim them when I install it on the tractor. Actually, it looks like a really well-made unit, and I just couldn't believe the price for it shipped. It took about a week to get, though. UPS was slow at shipping. But it comes with, pretty much everything you need to install it, so that's a good thing. And I thought this would be perfect to have with that quick hitch, so you can aim the box blade and stuff like that and get the right angle. And also with the stump grinder that I just got, that'll allow me to set the PTO angle. So that's it, pretty simple. Everything went together nice, quality looks good. And let's see if we can put it on the tractor. Got to get the old one out, and I'm not quite level, and I got that stump grinder on there, so it's going to be a little bit of a beast, but just have to yank at it. Eventually it'll come out. And another thing that I did add was this category 1 quick hitch that'll make hooking everything up really quick. And then the link pin there, and that one you got to make sure you use that pin, put it back in, because it does have a flat on it to keep it from rotating. Alright, so let's throw this new cylinder in here. You can see I've got the hoses hanging off it, and it just goes in the top link hole, or I thought it was going to just go in the top link hole. Big problem though, about 1/16 of an inch too wide to fit in the bracket on my tractor. So I'm not sure if the bracket on my tractor is narrow or the link is wide, but simple problem. Might take a minute to fix with a angle grinder here. So I'm just going to grind about a 32nd off each side here. Go gently and make sure that everything is sealed up so you don't get any of that grinding in the hydraulic fluid. And slides right in there. And I decided I'm going to put that lock block down so it won't get hit with anything, and also it makes it easier. So I'll show you later, when this cylinder goes all the way up with your 3-point hitch, it doesn't hit the gas tank and has clearance for everything. So one thing I decided to do is I don't really need this bracket, seeing how I'm mounting it upside down, so I'm going to take that off and possibly make another hanger for it in the future. So once you get that installed, it's a matter of, you can't see I'm in the way, but it's a matter of just plugging in the remotes. And my tractor is a cab model, so it came with 2 remotes, and I decided to turn it, to plug it into the the on-off type remote first, which I'll show you in a second. I wound up having to change because that one is when you go to pull it, it's not really easy to feather. It's kind of like either on or either off in either direction, and it's a detent type. So there it is. Like I said, this one here, I'll show you a little later how I switch it around. And then again, now that I've got it in there, I'm going to tighten this down and crush those washers. And again, you want to use a big wrench and make sure you crank it down. Otherwise, you will have leaks because you're dealing with a couple thousand PSI here on the hydraulics. But everything looks good on. All the fittings look good. The hoses are nice. They're not too stiff. Look like they should work good. And it is a a real top link with the lock block on it. So we get that in there. And now we just have to start the tractor up and extend it some. And this is where I'll show you. I'm using the like the on-off type remote. And it's kind of a pain to control it. And it really goes full speed when you're moving, which is something that I found out later that I don't want. So then it's just a matter of trying to get that lined up with the top pin on the quick hitch here. And luckily I've got a back window on the cab. I can open up and reach in there and just grab the remote handle and play with it. And again, there you can see, you can't really feather this remote that I put it on first, but I'll show you. I switched it to the other one later. So once that pin is in, that's it. You're done, basically. It takes about 10 minutes to install it, so there's nothing, it's nothing that's really time-consuming or hard to do. It really will make a difference with like the landscape rake and box blade on the back of it, and also the stump grinder, I think. Okay, so we're all ready to kind of test it out. Let me just shut it down for a second. And then I'm going to check the oil. Whenever you're messing with adding a cylinder to the tractor, you always want to check the oil. This one came full of oil, so it wasn't bad. Well, I had the 3-point hitch up. I decided I was going to finish torquing down these grinder teeth on this stump grinder, so I can get ready to use that when it dries up. And some of them were actually loose, so they do tell you to torque it before you use it. But here we go. Let's go outside and give this thing a shot. And what I found out is it's really with that remote, like I said, it's too fast. It's kind of jumpy going down when it's going that fast. You want to go slower. But actually it does work perfect, and you can see it seems to be the exact proper length that I need. So I'm real happy with it, and I'll put a link to it in case you want to add one, because it really is a nice addition to the tractor. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over and just flop these hoses. And it turns out they're easier to plug when you put them on the blue set of remotes. Plus, they work better when you go all the way up. I'll show you in a second against the gas tank. So there you can see I wrapped them around the top, and I've got to reaching through from the cab, but you can see I can go slower with this here. Hopefully I can find a way to put some flow controls in it in the future, but basically it's the right size and it's going to do what I need, and it fits perfect. So that's what it looks like, and here it is with it all the way up. You see, if I put that lock block on the top, it would have been right up against the gas tank with no place for the hoses. So this really worked out good. It fits up there, hoses don't rub, everything clears, easy to plug. So I think, that was my best option for routing everything. And again, it was a pretty simple install. Gonna work good, I think, and fits perfect. And I just thought I'd do a video because I know a lot of people talk about adding these things, and I don't know, they buy them from all over different places, and I just kind of found this Vevor one that was way lower price than any of the other ones, and shipped quick, and it looks to be quality, as you can see, and it does work good. So one other little thing that I did, I threw this toolbox on here. If you know, remember, the Kioti toolboxes are really tall. You can't get big pliers or anything in them. And that's when I can get a hammer and all the pins and everything else, adapters that I need and stuff. So I picked this up on Amazon. I'll put a link to it down in the description in case anybody else is looking for something that's, not too big, fits in place. You just have to drill some holes and put some rubber washers to seal it. But that really did work out nice for perfect size and doesn't stick out or get in the way of the cab. So that's, what I wound up with, and I just wanted to share this in case anybody else is interested in trying one of these. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.